So, we found out that Mark has the empty tomb story in it, but none of the resurrection stories. Matthew has the empty tomb and one or two very short resurrection stories. So how about Luke? Well, he again starts with the empty tomb and goes on a little bit about it. First, he tells us the names of the women who found it empty. Now, it was Mary Magdalene, Joanna, Mary the mother of James, and the other women. And they saw the empty tomb, and then they went and told the apostles. But the apostles didn't actually believe them. This is what Luke says. But these words seemed to them an idle tale, and they did not believe them. Then comes an interesting verse about Simon Peter. But Peter got up and ran to the tomb, and stooping and looking in, he saw the linen cloths by themselves. Then he went home, amazed at what had happened. Now, one or two of the most ancient manuscripts don't include that verse. Now, the majority do, so I suppose it's likely it was there in the original, but we can't be absolutely sure, and it's actually quite an important verse. So again and again we come to little bits in the Bible that we can't be sure of. Anyway, so what did Peter do after that? We're really quite interested in Peter. He doesn't know what's happened. How does he find out? What happens to him? Does Jesus appear to him? Luke doesn't tell us. Instead of which, he goes on to the story of the journey to Emmaus. Now, Luke has got a number of stories which are quite well-rounded and moderately well-written, but that aren't in any of the other Gospels. So that's a worry, because we don't know if they're his history or if actually they're just fiction. We don't know if somebody's made them up. And this one has all sorts of worrying bits about it. Two guys were walking on the road to Emmaus. One of them was called Cleopas. Now, who's Cleopas? We don't know. He just suddenly appears. We don't follow, we don't know where he comes from, what he did. Was he a disciple of Jesus? Did he follow all the way? There's so much missing from the Gospels. So much we can't understand or know. It's like the other women who came. We don't know who they were. We don't know who Cleopas, we don't know who his companion was. We don't know what their relationship with the 12 disciples was. There's so much missing. It's really irritating, isn't it?
It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. The things that you're liable to read in the Bible, it ain't necessarily